Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to a one-shot Let's Play Industry Giant 2. A lot of people really enjoyed the Railroad Tycoon video, which was awesome. Really happy about the feedback there, and I really wanted to make a video for Sid Meier's Railroads, which is also a very fun and excellent Railroad Tycoon-y game. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to enjoy being recorded. It seems to crash all the time, regardless of how I'm recording it. So, I decided to do an LP for Industry Giant, because it's going to attract a similar set of people. Theoretically, the emphasis on this game is a little bit more on industry than, say, railroads, but in practice, transportation plays a large part of it. So, the game does not, if you get a copy of this game, it does not behave properly on modern systems or modern video cards. There are some fan-made patches or something required to fix it. Unfortunately, I don't have the information to provide this to you. You guys are going to have to do some Googling to figure it out if you decide you want to play this game. Sorry. But yeah, let's kick this off. Alright, so here we are on this is the second mission of the campaign, and this is actually set in Florida. We are on the hard difficulty missions, but it's still pretty early on, so I think our goals are going to be fairly straightforward. And what we have to compete with is fairly straightforward as well. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy, just straightforward. Our goal in this mission is we have, well, basically 10 years, because we are starting at the beginning of 1940, and we have until the end of 1949 to increase our company value to $10 million. I like these a lot. Some of the missions, you have to have cash in hand of a certain amount, and I hate that, because then you have to, like, stop all your spending at the right time to have accumulated enough cash. This way you just let the company value grow as you do stuff. So, we have a few different products that we can market in here. Does it describe it here, actually? You must achieve a company value of 10 million within 10 years by selling inflatable boats. You could perhaps also breed crocodiles as a sideline. Yeah, so yeah, crocodile farms to turn into crocodile leather handbags or something. In order to make the rubber boats, we need oil to turn into rubber, and then manufacture the boats. And then we'll have to ship it somewhere. Is there more oil here? There is. Okay. So, actually, no, none there. Just a swamp. All right. So, Oh, the game is paused. I didn't even realize that I had paused. I thought I just had it on super slow. So we have a few different towns to work with. I think it might make the most sense to set up our initial industry over here, and then service West Beach, and then maybe expand to Green Beach or something as well. We'll see later. Now, I said this also has to do a lot with transportation. The reason for that is a lot of times you have to ship your goods from one area where you're building them to another area where you can sell them. Now, sometimes you can rig it in such a way that you can get away without transportation, because your buildings all have a radius. You can assume that the buildings sort of have you sort of have small local roads that aren't being shown, and so some things can be shipped short distances that way without having to build transportation. And by the way, by transportation, we have trucks, trains, ships, and aircrafts available to us. So we have quite a few options. Let's start off by setting up our oil. So we go factory menu, I think, oil drilling derrick. So, and if we go over these things, we'll be able to see, I believe this is it's the total capacity that we can see. So if we plant it right above these, like these places where there's a lot more barrels, we get production up to 1400, whereas out here on the outskirts it's going to be a little bit more limiting. Now, the fact that there are trees blocking the way aren't actually going to be an issue because of that whole short-range transportation thing. I suppose maybe building it in there is actually the best spot for it. We could build a couple of nice, I don't know if we can build two 1400s. Alright, let's build a couple of oil derricks. Yeah, 1400 and 1200. That ain't bad. Next, what we're going to do is build a storage depot for this. And you can see when it's close enough. Oh, you can build over the trees. Okay, it just wasn't an option because of the oil that has to be on oil. When you're close enough to the buildings, they turn green. That means they can be serviced by this. So, you know, if we stick it right in here, it's not going to override any oil, in case we want to expand later, so that's good. I'm just going to use the smallest for this. It's going to be totally fine. So there we go. So the oil from these oil derricks will go into the storage, which is great. And then the next step is going to be to build the chemical factory, which converts... Yeah, so the oil derricks produce petroleum. The chemical factory creates rubber or sunscreen from petroleum. So we will put this factory within range of our little storage here. There we go. We'll probably want more than one, actually. Let's go ahead and, you know, we'll start with one just to get our chain of production going. Now we're going to want two for sure. Yeah, let's just build two. What the hell? Okay, and these guys, we're going to build yet another storage to stick our unfinished rubber. Here. So a little further. We're getting closer and closer to the town. I don't know if we'll make it the whole way. And then we can... there we go. Those are our crocodile leather handbags. Sports and leisure. There we go. Inflatable boats made from rubber. So we will put this down over here. Yeah, so we're going to have to build some transportation to get to the city. But we will have cut down on our distance as much as possible. I'm only going to build one right now because I'm not sure how fast our chain is going to produce. I believe these guys, well, we can go and turn them on. Units per month, 12.5. Oops, lock that in. And 12.5, so they'll each produce 12.5 units per month. And these guys will produce 5 units per month. So, in fact, one derrick would have been enough to supply both of these. So we're going to have a surplus of oil. So we'll have to figure out what we want to do with that. I probably could have saved money and just not built as much of that. I'm going to also modify this storage. I'm going to make sure that it only accepts oil. That way the rubber won't get stuck in here accidentally. Lock that in. Similarly, we're going to use this and only accept rubber. Well, rubber, no, just rubber actually. We don't want sunscreen either, just in case. There we go. So, and this factory will produce the actual goods, which means we need another storage bin. It's going to be a short little thing to get to the city. I'm actually going to start at the source now. I'm going to build a shop in the city, and this is going to be our leisure goods, or sporting goods shop. And depending on where we stick it, let me zoom in, there's going to be a different amount of demand for everything. Wow, there's really not a lot of demand for this. Oh, there we go, right in the city. 2, 4, these are the seasons, by the way. That's going to be winter, spring, summer, fall. Can we do better than that? No. It's actually going to replace the buildings I put it on as well. So sometimes, you know, this placement might actually be better and more central, but I'm demolishing a really big building, so I'm reducing my demand. So this is probably the best spot for it. I suppose it's entirely possible that I might want to service more than one of these shops, just for the radius. No, we'll just build this one for now. And it also needs a storage bin. We're going to use a large storage for this, because this large storage is probably going to service the whole city. We'll make sure it's nice and close, just in case we need to build some more shops right inside the city. So we might deliver a variety of goods there. In fact, at some point we will. We're not only going to do rubber boats. But yeah, so now the problem is, we have no way to get the goods from this factory to here. We're going to have to build a little storage depot, say here. We'll build it a little closer since we're doing transportation regardless. And then we are going to have to do some transportation. Now, trains tend to be the best. This is a really, really short run, though. I think we might just use trucks, just to say. And again, you can see the different areas being highlighted, which is kind of wonky with this. They're so close. So I'll build it here. It's facing the right way, yeah. Build one depot here, and then I don't remember how to rotate. Space. Space rotates. And then right here. And then we'll build a road. Gravel road's probably going to be fine. You know what? Build it this way. There we are. Good. So now we have those depots. And now we actually need to build vehicles, which is done how? Right. Wow, there's quite a lot of vehicle options. So they're going to have different speeds, as you can see. They also have different carrying capacities. So the Pan Light model, which is pretty fast, but only carries one load at a time. I think we're going to want... Oh, only one of these carries two at a time. Alright, we'll buy a Whitey 731, but we'll only buy one right now. And then we need to set up its queue. So you're going to be picking up inflatable boats from here. Wait until you're done. And then you're going to go to West Beach Central. And that's it. That's your route. Hey, cutscene! Oh, awfully loud. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Look at this awesome high-tech truck. Woo! Alright, so I think we can start the game. We are going to have a surplus of oil, which we'll figure out what to do with after. We might build some more chemical plants here, or like maybe here, that to produce sunscreen with the oil, and then ship that probably via rail over here. Wow, that's odd looking. So let's actually start the game here. Let's give it a little speed. There we go. So now the vehicle's over here starting to move. The factories should all start producing things. So these are complaining that they don't... Oh, there we go. They had a little sign up to say that they had no goods, no materials to do anything with. I forgot to actually turn this one on. There we go. So this is going to complain as well. But we should have a chain. So there we go. We've got some oil. We've got a few little crates of oil sitting here. And these guys are shipping out. There we go. Our rubber. Now this plant is going to start working. Awesome. We're almost certainly going to have to build another one of these. So this can crank out 4 per month. Which means we're actually going to end up with a surplus of inflatable boats already. Because this place is only going to sell 3 per month in the summer and fall. Did I not place this right? Wasn't it supposed to be 2, 4, 1? Yeah. Yeah, so we're definitely going to end up with a surplus, which means we'll be needing to ship it to another town. This is not a very big town, though. We could take the very long trip across the way to South Beach. Might be worthwhile. Yeah, we'll figure that out as we go. Probably fail this first time, frankly. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've played this game, but I really want to show it off because I think some people will be interested. So you can see there is a surplus of oil building up already, a surplus of rubber building up already. And our first load... Oh, cool. So the truck has an extra little trailer behind it. So the first load arrives in West Beach Central Station, and will start to be sold. Yeah, we're gonna need... No, we're not, because it's supposed to overproduce here. Yeah, it'll probably start to catch up. So, we're gonna have way too much rubber. Let's convert one of these to... Oops. Let's convert one of these to a sunscreen station now. And yeah, you can also ship sunscreen there. We're going to limit these to only 2 slots to each kind of material. And then we are going to have to ship the sunscreen directly from here to there. Maybe we'll just extend our road network, actually. Rail is a lot better, but I don't know if we're going to carry enough to be worthwhile at this time. And anyway, it's kind of interesting to have a multi-transportation system. I don't know. So let's set up another truck depot. We'll set it right here. There we go. Maximum range, so they will exchange goods. You know what? We'll build an asphalt road. It's not asphalt, it's asphalt. We'll build it all the way up to here. So speed things up just a little bit. And we are going to build another truck. Yep, one of you is good. You're going to grab sunscreen. Wait until full. And you're going to drop it off over here. Good stuff. Now we're also going to need a shop for that. So this is going to be oops, shop. Actually, does a sports store sell that? No. What sells sunscreen? Household store. Yeah. Awkward. To have to put it so deep in. No, that one works. There we go. So we got two stores next to one another, selling the goods. Oh, the first load of sunscreen has showed up. So, it's springtime. So, where's this one? We don't actually sell any during the spring. So, during the summer there's a lot of demand though, so hopefully we got that filled up. In fact, I think we're going to need a second vehicle because there's a surplus of sunscreen accumulating here. So, clone this. Thank you. There we are. Okay. I do like the multiple types of transportation. If you've played Transport Tycoon, a lot of this will feel kind of similar, except with the industry tacked on. And that's not a bad thing. Oh, the fact that it's similar is good. The fact that it's got industry tacked on is also really excellent. Random traffic. Ba-ba. Hope we're producing enough of these. Yeah, 4 per month. It'll be fine. It's gonna exceed demand. Yeah, okay. There's a surplus building up and everything. It's just weird to see no surplus here. Like, we're actually taxing our manufacturing. It's the manufacturing is the bottleneck, not the transportation, which is not always the case. Like here, I think it's going to be the transportation, but we've got just enough that it should do just fine. All right, so we still have 1.1 million. What are we gonna do with that? Well, we could investigate starting our secondary business and maybe starting it down here in South Beach, just to mix it up. How much does it cost to build a crocodile farm? Industry. Crocodile farm. 3,800. So, optimal placement is going to be... You can see, this is the production per month that's hovering over here. Well, we had it almost at a 1. 1.5 here. Oh, I see the little murky ground. So this would be another good spot. Oh, there we go. Ooh! There's a 3. 3... Was there any higher than a 3? I thought there was. No, maybe it's just because I'm... Oh! No, yeah. Just a 3 seems to be as high as it goes. So that's nice and swampy. When things turn purple, it means your industry is going to adversely affect the city and stunt its growth. So you don't want that. You can also build up here, but it's a crappier town. Now, the problem is, I don't think I've actually got enough money to build my entire supply chain. But we'll see what we can do. Alright, Crocodile Farm is in place. So let's pause the game once more. Okay. So you're going to produce 3 crocodiles per month, which are then going to be stored here, which are then going to be turned into handbags here. Okay, make sure we're at max range. So this can produce how many? 4 per month. Okay, so it's going to be, actually what we can do is turn the utilization down to 75%, which actually I should do in some of the other things as well, just to reduce my monthly cost. So 75% of 4 is 3 per month, so we've got a perfect match there. You are going to accept nothing except for crocodile leathers. And then we can create another storage facility on the other side here. And then we can build a shop. How much money we got? We're gonna have a hard time. So, selling purses. Oh, 117 right here. 117 seems to be as good as it's going to get. Okay, and another small depot right on this side. Yeah, we're gonna run out of money. Train station. We'll build a small train station. It's gonna be really hard to fit in here. There we are, right there. And I don't think it lets us go into the negatives. Maybe it does, though. No, it's red. It's not gonna let me build it. Alright, so we gotta start up the game again. Of course, now we've got huge amounts of expenses that aren't doing anything for us. I don't think there's a way for me to take out a loan in this game. Though I'm not 100% sure. List statistics? Balance sheet? No. Ooh, luxury points. Different games have different win conditions, or different missions have different win conditions. Oh, there we go. So we got a little bit of income coming in. We can build the train tracks now. So we'll build it right there, or the train station. Direct route. So we are going to cross a road, which kind of sucks, but what can you do now? There we are. So I think... Oh, I should have built from this side to that side, but it doesn't matter. I think one track is going to be sufficient for this. Yeah. So let's just cancel that. And buy a train. Trains are expensive. And probably we'll just build one of the cheaper ones. Now, what you do have to check is different trains. See, this one is an electric train. So if you use an electric train, you've got to build an electric train track, which I have not done. Wow, this is really fast. It's not considerably more expensive either. Cheaper on repairs. Max loads is higher, not that it matters. But yeah, we'll take advantage of the better train since they cost about the same. Now we just have to wait for us to make a little bit more money. If we wait until the end of the month, oh, there we go. The month just ticked over, so we actually have some cash, although not quite enough. We're gonna have to wait until August 1st. All sales happen at the beginning of the month. Yeah, definitely a surplus here. And we'll do something about that at some point. What we'll do is we'll extend our train track all the way over here, and we'll pick up surplus goods from here and ship them down to South Beach. So I think for the handbags, the biggest demand is in the winter, right? So hopefully we're going to catch that. Oops, cancel.